whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome to Ticket Price, the only show that asks the question that matters. Are these movies worth the ticket price? In other words, are they worth your time and money? I am co-host of the show and the voice, the appeal, the magnetism. Sitting across the way, co-host extraordinaire, and the only man who doesn't understand the idea of wearing a jacket underneath another jacket. Tevis at Master Control. Tevis, how are you, sir?
That was ridiculous. You look like a fucking snake shedding its skin.
And
Wearing a flannel on a flannel on a flannel.
it's cold.
But it's the same color flannel.
He only wears red. We've been over this.
True flannel only comes in red and black.
So should I call you the Red One? Like
Mick
Dwayne
Foley.
Johnson's
Mick
new
Foley
movie?
did not fly off the top of Hell in a Cell so we could walk around in different colored flannel. Okay? Okay? Okay?
Fair point. Fair point.
And as you have heard, sitting not across the way but slightly to the left, which is all but invisible to most movie protagonists, as I've learned, with us on occasion, noted female and recurring guest, Sarah. Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I have an orange and a green flannel, but no red flannel.
It's like Paul Bunyan up in this motherfucker.
See, you can get away with different colors. You're a noted woman.
Ah. But there's only one color for men?
Yes. It's red and black.
Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously.
This seems like a really simple concept. I'm not really sure why you guys are struggling with it. Now, if you are a longtime listener, you know that Sarah being here can only mean one thing. We are diving into episode 6 of Sara and Sly.
It makes him laugh every time.
Every time.
I tried not to look. But the little head nod and the... Will you stop molesting that quesadilla? Jesus Christ.
At least we don't have cameras up.
Not
We
yet.
would have to censor that.
Yeah, no,
You would see the food come up to my mouth. Then, just before it touches, it would get all pixelated.
I want to do that now.
You're welcome.
I don't like whatever just happened there. All right. Episode 6, Sara and Sly. We are looking at the 1993 classic, Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
Classic, really?
Cliffhanger. You're giving away content.
What is that?
You're also stepping on my job on this show. I've also, for the first time, noticed Sarah's adorable little notebook.
I got it for free at work. So
Can you just steal as many of those as you want? I'm sorry.
probably.
Obtain for free as many of those as you want.
I mean, actually, they gave us this during orientation in like a little goodie bag.
Yeah.
They also gave me dental floss.
What?
What they didn't tell you is you're the only one that got dental floss.
That's a weird
I know. Yeah.
gift.
They
Yeah.
also gave me this little travel deodorant for some reason. Weird.
And it has the logo on it and everything.
Why is there herpes cream in this gift bag? What kind of place is this?
I feel like there's been some sort of HIPAA violation.
It's just
ever-
about
wait.
the Title IX training.
Did I ever tell you guys the story about when I had shingles and I had to go to the walk-in clinic?
Oh, gosh.
So when I was a kid, I had a really bad case of chickenpox. And then when I was getting ready to start a new job, I came down with the shingles. That is, picture putting your fingertip on a stove burner, okay? Now imagine you can't pull your finger away from it. Now imagine instead of your finger, it's a nerve ending. And that's what shingles was like.
Oh, nice.
Or as my man, John Gustafson would say, shingles are for pussies. From grumpy old men. But it got so bad, we didn't know what it was at first. I didn't have a doctor at the time, went to the walk-in clinic. Walked in there, Anna was with me because we were concerned, and spoke to the nurse practitioner. This woman had to have been 85 years old. As sweet as could be, but also remembered life without penicillin. Right?
Gosh.
She was probably quite a looker before they invented electricity. Back in her day.
Whoa.
So she comes in, we shake hands, and we're shaking hands, and then she like turns my hand like she's checking my wrist or something, and I'm not fighting it because I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening. And she goes, look at your fingernails. And I was like, what about my fingernails? And she goes, they're just so neat and trim. I said, thanks. And I smiled awkwardly. And she goes, look at your teeth. And I said, my teeth? And she goes, you have such a nice smile. You have all your teeth, don't you? And I said, yeah, I sure do.
Or hers wouldn't.
She turns to Anna and goes, and I bet he's got a job, doesn't he? And Anna just goes, yeah, working full time. Honey, he is a keeper. You need to hold on to this one.
The bar is in hell.
And my first thought was, who the hell does this woman deal with on a daily basis?
The bar is in hell.
She exclusively deals with day in and day out with meth addicts.
Yeah.
So already I'm going, oh God. So we do it. She confirms it's shingles, gives me a prescription for some medicine, blah, blah, blah. I have to come back like a week later. So a week goes by. It's horrible. We go back in. And Anna wants to come with me again. So she comes with me. We're sitting in the waiting room when all of a sudden the door opens and in walks the nurse practitioner. And she's putting her hand under the hand sanitizer, right, to get the fresh dollop of hand sanitizer like doctors and nurses do. The door to the patient room is still open, mind you. It has not closed yet. And she goes, Jacob, how's the syphilis? And I said, and then I just give each other a look. And I look back at her and I go, nope. Because I didn't know what else to say. What do you say to that? I go, nope. Door finally shuts and she goes, she checks the chart. She goes, shingles. I knew it was something like that. I was like, something like that. These are not the same somethings.
I think the treatment for them are like completely separated. Completely different.
And then I immediately asked her to wash her hands again before we proceeded with the exam.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Did you not ever go back to that place?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I sure did not.
Why are we talking about this?
Syphilis. Oh, why are we talking? I thought you said, what are we talking about? I was talking about syphilis.
No, shingles.
Same thing. Same thing.
You get the same shot in the butt for it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Which I'm allergic to, but that's a separate issue. All right. Getting back to Cliffhanger. The 93 classic. Okay. Written by... What? Shut up. Written by John Long, Michael France, and Sylvester Stallone. I would like to pause here.
Written by Sylvester Stallone.
There are two...
Are we kikiing over here?
What does that mean? Are you guys just doing your own show over there? Can I continue, please?
Please, continue.
No, what does that mean? Kikiing.
It's just like another form of, like, gossiping.
Is this some slang I don't know?
It's slay.
Slay!
Word.
Word, Nick. Word, Nick.
Word, Tevis. Word, Dad. Riggs. Are you guys good?
Best part of that movie.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
No, the best part of that movie was grab the cat.
Word.
Word, cat. I have 2 red flags here. Getting back on topic. 3
writers.
3 writers. And if Lethal Weapon 3 has taught us anything, the 3-writer curse is real. It's real, and it spares no one. My personal second red flag, written by Sylvester Stallone. I prefer my movie writers to be able to speak normally and form sentences in a coherent fashion.
He wrote Rocky.
My point exactly.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
It's the accent.
So okay, let's look at Rocky. We have a character who can't talk, a character who doesn't talk, a character so drunk he slur talks, and a character whose every line was probably improv by the only decent actor in that movie.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page.
Obviously. I am always on the side of Carl Weathers.
Hell
Always.
yes.
I don't even care what it's about. I'll walk into a conversation halfway through. I'll know nothing other than Carl Weathers is involved, and I'm on his side. Icon.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Okay.
Why do you
Kids.
say it like that?
Kids.
How should I say it?
Kids.
Kids?
You're saying it in a disagreeing tone. Are you Channing Tatum saying your name is Jeff? I'm Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
You know what? I'm just going to pretend you're not here. Oh, no. My Dr. Loomis is kicking in, and I'm unable to look to the left. Directed by Rennie Harlan. Who is that?
He directed Die Hard 2.
Okay.
And what else did he direct? Nightmare on Elm Street 4. The Dream Master.
I don't even remember. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my God.
I don't remember which one that is. They all bleed together. Once you get into like Dream Warriors, Dream Masters, Dream Masturbators, it gets real.
That one was weird. That one was very weird. He did The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
I don't know what that is.
It's Andrew Dice Clay.
Okay.
He also directed The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis
Okay.
and Deep Blue Sea,
Oh.
the second greatest shark movie ever made.
Unfortunately, I do think that's a true statement. If I really stop and think about that, I'm not so sure that's a joke.
No.
I think that's a true statement. Until we make ours about the aftermath of the sinking of the Indianapolis.
That would be great. I'm surprised nobody's done that, honestly.
We're going to do it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I heard the name and I was like, I recognize that name. I could look it up, but if I look it up, then what do you do?
I know, right? That's why I got it right here at the ready.
All right, starring Sylvester Stallone and John Lithgow. Red flag.
Michael Rooker.
Surprise, Michael Rooker.
He is legitimately the star of this movie.
He kind of is. So you're right. But you know, Sylvester Stallone, John Lithgow. What appearance is Michael Rooker? Is this his?
Ugh. What else has he been in?
Tombstone.
Shit, I keep forgetting that he's in Tombstone because he's in it for like the first 3 minutes, and then
his body shows up during the last 3 minutes.
At the last 3 minutes. I think that's it.
Yeah, this might just be his second, which is surprising. That dude's in everything.
I know, right?
Writer and starring. I'm saying it's a flag. That seems pretty flaggish to me. You know what? We raised it as a red flag for Joe Dirt, and I'm calling it as a red flag now.
I still can't believe you guys watched Joe Dirt.
That hat was angry that day.
Who put it in? Because it wasn't me. You can't keep blaming me for stuff that I didn't do.
Well, I didn't hear you arguing about it when we said it was you before.
That's because I wasn't here.
Well, then maybe you should be here to defend yourself. I love John Lithgow. Love John Lithgow. So wildly talented. But I have to admit that this movie takes place during a really awkward period in his career where it seemed like he could only get jobs as foreign, vaguely European bad guys, despite the fact that he's like the nicest dude and definitely American.
Yeah, his accent is weird as hell.
It's vaguely European.
Sure. When he says that line about you kill a few people, they call you a murderer, but you kill 1 million people, they call you a conqueror. And then he says, go figure. Like, what?
Yeah.
Go figure.
He's vaguely European, just like he was when he battled Denzel.
Was he European in that one too?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. I have to watch that again.
All right. Made with an estimated budget of $70 million. Helicopters are not cheap.
No.
Miniatures.
Is that what it was?
No, they're miniature. When the airplane crashes.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
that looks awful. But I
Yeah.
mean, like,
It's miniatures. It's so cool. I love it.
I do like miniatures. We're not there yet. And with a worldwide gross of $255 million.
Yeah.
That's John Lithgow's name value.
Stallone. Right, Sarah?
Yeah. Stallone.
Nobody gave a shit about John Lithgow in this
No one
movie.
gives a shit about you in this movie.
What is this movie?
And no one gives a shit. Okay, awards. 1 award win with 12 nominations. Of those nominations, 3 of them are Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
For best sound effects, and best visual effects.
That was what was it, 93,
Yeah.
you said?
The classic, yes.
I wonder what year or what won best visual effects that year. I'm curious now. I'm going to look that up.
You look that up. Now, we will save the ratings. We will save the ratings. So, Sarah, while Tevis looks that up,
Okay.
what is your history with Cliffhanger?
I think I might have heard about this one before. But other than that, no, I haven't really. I'd never watched it. Didn't really know anything about it. So there you go.
Well, that's good. That is kind of the point of the show.
Yes.
I had some hot sauce go down the wrong pipe.
Are you okay?
I'm dying a little bit. I'm a professional and I'm moving on. We will all ignore this and just move on like I'm not dying.
I can adjust the audio so it
Are you
doesn't come
tearing
out
up a
all.
little bit?
Hot sauce went down the wrong pipe, Sarah. Yes, I am tearing up a little bit because it's in my lungs.
Hey, it's not supposed to go there. Just FYI.
No one cares what you think. Tevis, what is your history with Cliffhanger as I drink some water?
I'd only watched this probably 2 times before.
My fingers are tingly.
I remember renting it at the local Casey's on VHS.
I forget you rented movies from Casey's. That's so wild to me.
know. And then I probably hadn't watched it in 30 years, and I watched it probably about 2 years ago. I don't know. I always liked Cliffhanger as a Stallone movie, but the more I watch it, I'm like, I don't know if this is a Stallone movie.
He says with a 30-year gap between watches.
Yeah.
So hey, when we're still doing the show and you're in your 70s, we'll revisit.
Hell yeah. And it lost out to Jurassic Park that year
Oh,
for
Good.
best visuals.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I know. Me
that is
too.
a shocker.
Okay, you're a movie and you get nominated for best visuals, best special effects, whatever. And then you're like, oh, who else got nominated? Jurassic Park. Ah, damn it.
You know,
You have to know you have no
Yeah.
chance,
that's like going
right?
up against
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins or Denzel in Best Actor
And you're like,
category.
well, I'm not going to win this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little unfair, actually.
Then maybe they should have made a better movie.
Yeah. The other one that was nominated that year was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Has no chance against Jurassic Park.
No.
Yeah, it didn't, but
No.
still
Tim Burton,
good-
still Tim
good-
Burton's best movie.
Still good visuals.
I don't say that because Tevis hates it.
Beetlejuice.
What about
You don't
Beetlejuice?
like claymation, do you?
It's okay. It's
No,
not my
I don't
favorite.
like claymation
You don't like
because the
claymation.
British claymation weirds me out.
We're watching Chicken Run.
I love Chicken
Their
Run.
flat faces with their big eyes.
I
No,
love
I
Chicken
don't-
Run
I
so
can't.
much.
Well, then you should be on the show more often and you could put it in the hat. There will be no claymation as long as I'm running this ship.
Isn't the rooster voiced by
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson? There
As
you
I'm
go.
told.
There you go.
Can't. At
It's
least,
already in the hat. So.
at least
Put
in
more in the
Pocahontas,
hat.
they made John Smith handsome. I don't have to look at that horrible British claymation.
It's not horrible.
It is horrible. That styling is awful.
Have you
Wallace and
seen-
Gromit are sleep paralysis demons. I can't sleep at night. My body can't move. My eyes are just darting around, and it's, I want some cheese, governor. And I'm just like, oh my God.
John Lithgow?
It figures.
So what's your history with this film?
This was my third time watching it. I watched it once as a lad with my parents. It's about all I recall. Then a handful of years ago, my wife was on a movie binge of, she loves survival stories. Like, I think we had just watched Everest. And
Is
so,
that the one where they eat people?
no,
Or is that Alive?
that's alive.
Alive, okay.
No, this was about that Everest expedition that went really poorly, and like that senator lost his fingers and his nose, and a bunch of people died, and
Oh, okay.
basically they missed their deadline and they went up as a storm was coming in, and that's just a bad idea,
That
really.
is- yeah.
It's got Jake Gyllenhaal.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
He plays a side character, but yeah, he's good. But she got on this kick of like survival movies, mountain climbing movies, you know, and she was like, "Oh, Cliffhanger! It's, you know, he's climbing a mountain and a cliff, and he's hanging from a cliff. It's Cliffhanger." And I said, "Hun, this movie is not going to be what you think it is." And she's like, "No, I think it." So we watched it, and so I watched it again, and then I watched it again for this show.
Okay.
Okay.
And if there's a God, I will never watch it again. But I say that about every Stallone movie.
I was gonna say you're giving away content.
No, I think everyone pretty well knows my thoughts and feelings on Sylvester Stallone. I'm the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Tevis is the good guy. You're the one we're trying to influence.
Ah. So you're influencers.
As much
Slay.
word, Sarah. We are as much influencers as the cartoon angel and devil on your shoulders.
Okay.
And the devil's in a sexy red and black flannel jacket always. Oh, it stays on.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Me too, but I think it's the spicy boogers burning my sinuses. Okay. Are we ready?
I think so.
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right. Movie opens and there are some climbers and they are stuck. Enter Michael Rooker, who is immediately noticeable. You hear that voice and you see the curly hair. It doesn't matter how old he is either or what he's in. You're like, oh, it's Michael Rooker.
I always have a hard time with Michael Rooker because the first time I ever watched a movie that he was in, it was Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Oh,
And have you ever seen that?
I've seen pieces.
Holy shit. That is terrifying. So now every time I see him, I'm like, ugh, he's going to murder somebody.
I have no idea what that is.
And know what we're watching next with Sarah.
Is Sly in there? Yes, he is in that movie. Very vaguely. Yeah, I vaguely remember him being in there.
He's holding the stake that goes into Jesus's hand. It's all very symbolic, but it's definitely him.
Whoa. What is this movie about?
Everything.
Everything.
But they need a rescue off the cliff.
It's a good thing they got a helicopter there.
So a helicopter comes over, and my first note is his butt looks familiar. As
the girlfriend or wife. Is it wife or girlfriend?
It's his girlfriend.
You know about Stallone?
Yeah.
Back at base, or the girl that Michael Rooker is with?
The one that's in the helicopter, one who's flying the helicopter.
That's Stallone's girlfriend.
Yeah, that's Stallone's
Okay.
girlfriend. I thought you were talking about.
Well, because Stallone has a ring on.
They might be engaged, but they're not married.
Okay.
Really?
You wouldn't understand.
Well,
It was, I don't know. It was just weird to me.
Because you don't understand.
Sure.
Nobody understands.
I did like her hair though.
But him and her had the exact same haircut. They look like brother and sister.
What?
They had the chemistry of a brother and sister.
They did, yeah. Their chemistry is
Sarah has a thing for bob haircuts.
It was a pixie cut, but yeah.
What was it?
It was a pixie cut.
Pixie cut.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
Let's assume we don't know what that means.
Okay. Well, it's just
Like Demi Moore's haircut in Ghost? Is that a pixie?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
No, what is a pixie cut?
It's just like a short hair cut on a female. Like
bob.
No, a bob. A bob goes usually chin length.
Okay.
A pixie cut is like take your hair and put it on a woman.
You have a pixie cut.
But on a woman, it's called
Metal.
pixie cut. And then they're
What's it called on a man?
A haircut.
Dixie cut?
It's called a number 2 on the Clippers.
Yeah, so some women like their hair really short like that, but some people like they have like more hair on top and they can style it and stuff. She has like a very like boyish pixie cut.
Okay. I never knew that's what that was called. I learned something today. I'm done learning stuff today. I learned one.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this information. I regret asking.
I had a pixie cut in college when we met.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And I referred to it as a bob.
You did?
Yes.
Huh.
Because
You're wrong.
clearly, I'm admitting that that's true. But I just know all short haircuts on a female are just universally bobs.
Oh. Whenever I think of a bob, I think of it's just like a chin length haircut.
Very East Germany. Lots of sharp angles. It's a perfect frame of the face.
Yeah.
Ja. Do it. Ja.
Looks good.
Like a French bob.
What does that mean?
Do I have to explain hair to you?
It's a bob haircut on a French woman.
No, they're like way short. So they like go like almost all the way to like the cheekbone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then it just goes all the way around. It's like very sharp angles.
It's very Mo Howard. Oh, wise guy, huh?
Okay. Why I oughta.
Give me a chat ahead.
What are you talking about?
Sylvester Stallone's familiar-looking butt.
Of course, you would know what Sylvester Stallone's butt looks like.
I've seen it in many a movie now. Especially in Demolition Man. Oh my.
It's a little more than butt in that.
Penis. So, Michael Rooker and his girlfriend surprise Michael Rooker, are stuck because he is injured and shouldn't have been climbing. And his girlfriend is a rookie climber and shouldn't have been climbing this peak anyway.
That peak is terrifying.
Yeah. And they're in mountain Rocky Mountain National Park. I had a stroke.
What was that?
Where are they?
What?
Oh, Rocky Mountain National Park.
Smells like burnt toast in here.
In like the middle of it too, not like what?
The middle of the burnt toast?
No. Yes, Tevis, they are climbing in the middle of burnt toast.
That's Jake. That's Jake.
Jake, by the way.
You're looking at Jake.
That's Tevis.
You said, I'm over here. I'm over here, Dr. Loomis, to your left.
If you turn your head ever so slightly.
Might be having a stroke.
Wait. I might detect facial drooping.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So they are stuck on a precipice that looks eerily similar to what Aragorn and Frodo were stuck on as they tried to escape Moria.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Unfortunately, Michael Rooker is not as cool as Aragorn.
No, not at all.
And they needed saved by Sylvester Stallone, who kind of... So they get the rigging set up from the helicopter to the cliff. And Stallone kind of wires his way across.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they said or how they said or why they said Rooker's character is injured. But apparently he told his girlfriend that it was an old nom wound. And in my notes, I went, nom!
Yeah, it's apparently he heard it getting out of a hot tub is what.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because Stallone mentions it. He's like, oh, was that old hot tub injury that come back to haunt you?
Hot tub? You told me you got it in nom. And I went, nom?
Yeah.
Nom?
How old is Michael Rooker's character
there's
supposed
no way
to be?
he's old enough to have served in nom.
93? No. Maybe that just shows the gullibility of the girlfriend.
But that's what I always thought too. I was like, oh, he picked a winner.
That's how he got her up on that mountain in the first place.
To show her his nom wound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get Rooker all strapped in. He's harnessed, and he just more or less,
shimmies his way across.
Shimmies is on the line back to the helicopter, and everything's hunky dory.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
The shots that they have in this movie of the aerial shit like this is really cool. Really looks good. But watching him shimmy across that wire, nope.
Just stay here and die, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, if you think that's terrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
So then it's the girlfriend's turn.
Yeah.
And she's about halfway across when her harness breaks. And she is dangling by a torn buckle.
Yeah.
I love this scene. This whole opening scene is phenomenal.
So now does she go back? Does she keep going? Stallone saying, I'll come out to you. Rooker saying, no, the line isn't set up for two people.
Yeah, he's going to send his harness out.
Yeah. And Rooker's like, Sarah, or whatever. It was Sarah.
Her name was Sarah. It was Sarah. Yeah.
The girlfriend's name is Sarah. And he's like, Sarah, baby, just keep coming. Just don't stop. Don't look down. You will make it. Just keep on coming.
Yeah, but she's panicking a lot, which is fair. I'm just saying that when you're in that much panic, you're not thinking.
To your point, yes, she is. And I think to everyone's point, of course she is.
Of course she is. But like when you're in that kind of panicky state, you're not really thinking clearly.
This is a perfect time to panic.
I was panicking watching her.
Stallone goes out to save her.
I had to get a paper bag and blow in it.
He makes it just as the harness gives way. And he grabs her by the arm. And he's got her. And he's like, hold on, I got you. And then they're trying to figure out how he can keep shimming across or doing something to save them. Can I kill the mood for a minute, though?
Sure.
This woman's a $1.5 tops. He can't curl her ass?
No.
Like, you mean throw her?
No, I mean just pick her, just pull her up to the rope. He has his entire arm, shoulder, and chest
to
pull max 105 pounds.
I don't know. Well, you got to think too. He climbed up that mountain to get to them.
Maybe he shouldn't have been a show off.
I'm just saying that's what he got. That's how he got up there. Was he climbed his way up there? So he's probably already tired
Also,
as shit.
How did he get up that far before the helicopter got there?
Movie.
Movie.
Well, apparently he used all of his strength
Yeah.
and saved none of it for the actual rescue. Like all good first responders do. I'm sorry, if you're going to look the way Stallone looks, that muscle's got to have more function than... Not only did he achieve as much as I could in my current form, he also held on to her for as long as I think I could in my current present form. Excuse me for thinking someone with the mass of Sylvester Stallone in 93 should be able to do a little better than a fat jackass in a basement, okay? Okay?
Do better, Stallone. Jesus.
Okay? Well, they're wearing gloves.
Yeah.
And her gloves are slippery. And much to everyone's dismay, her hand slips out of the glove. And she plummets hundreds of feet.
What did they say, like 4,000 feet?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
Now, do you think she splattered on the ground?
Oh,
or do you think
gosh.
she got impaled on a pine tree?
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay, let me ask you this. Closed casket?
Probably. If they got her remains out of the mountain.
What's the joke from City Slickers? Are we really having a funeral or are we really having a burial for horses? Well, it was the impact that did most of the burying. We just kind of threw some dirt over the top. What?
Yeah, I don't.
That's brutal.
She hit so hard, I don't think. There's no way there's an open casket.
Did hot sauce go down your windpipe?
A little bit.
Brutal.
I have in my notes, Sarah dies and that shot looks horrible.
Yeah, it did. It did. She also fell for like
falling?
5 minutes.
Yeah, her falling didn't look good. For all the shots this movie does do realistically, genuinely well, when you can see where most of this budget went, that's not a good looking shot.
Oh, okay. You're talking about that close-up shot of her
Yeah.
falling like, yeah.
She just, and the scream was...
That was terrible. The actual shot of her falling from the cable when they did like for real.
You mean the
that
Three
looked
Stooges mannequin?
No, that was a real person.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, the shot of her from the waist up
I feel
with
like
her arms flailing like a Muppet. Yeah, no.
I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, what is happening? It was kind of disjointing.
Yeah, it looked like Kermit the Frog in the intro. And now for the Muppet Show. His arms freak out.
Yeah, that was terrible. God, what's Michael Rooker's character's name?
Yeah, what is his name? Sylvester Stallone's character is named Gabe.
Gabe Walker.
Gabe Walker.
Gross.
But Michael Rooker is pissed. Like before she even hits the ground, he's already pissed off at Gabe.
Well,
Hal. No, Michael Rooker's character's name is Hal.
Oh, yeah, Hal.
Gabe and Howell.
Hal.
Hal.
And Howell.
Hal? H-A-L?
H-A-L.
Hal.
Yeah.
Hal. Hal.
Hal.
Hal.
He can't pronounce that.
Oh.
Go figure.
Go figure. Yeah, Hal is he's angry. But we don't have time for that because we cut to the Treasury Department. Because they are getting ready for a shipment of $1,000 and higher noted bills that aren't even in circulation. They are just for international treasury
They said some words that sounded important.
Like transactions between countries?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's almost like if like one country is just paying money owed on a debt to another country, they just send these ridiculously large
Suitcases
of money.
full of cash.
Yeah, but the cash are in denominations that like would never enter public circulation.
Right. And
Yeah,
then
what would you do with $1,000 bill? Like $1,000 bill?
Panic that I now have to keep track of $1,000 bill.
Well, you can't use it anywhere because people will be like,
I want a $2 scratcher. What the hell is this?
Can I just get a candy bar?
Yeah.
Please?
Can I get change back all in ones?
What the hell? But they kind of or maybe perhaps spend too long explaining how this money, except for its very specific purpose, is basically useless.
Yeah.
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 That kind of confused the hell out of me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
I
why
said,
the hell are they stealing this?
they say a bunch of important words, and my eyes just kind of glazed over.
Well, it's for international transactions between countries and notes that will never see circulation. And they transport them by air. And I can't help but notice that everyone has a really bad mustache.
Yeah.
And not in a way that like all mustaches are bad, which they pretty much are, but like all of the treasure agents have bad mustaches.
Well, yeah, if you work for the government at that time, you have to have a bad mustache.
It was law. Like
Yeah.
it was a prereq. It was part of the uniform.
Yeah.
You have to grow a mustache.
And you have to groom it.
That way
Get
they
your
can keep
mustache
females out
kit.
of that department.
Sorry. I thought
You
that
know
was
what?
funny.
I just want to sit here in silence and really just enjoy that joke for a second that just came out of nowhere and hit us with so much shock and surprise that we just didn't even see it coming. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Still not your greatest joke of all time, but
I know.
okay. Congratulations, ma'am. It's a man.
That's a woman.
What?
From the Lorax.
What?
You never seen the Lorax?
No, I read it like you're supposed to.
Well, they made a movie. Okay.
Yeah, they also made Cat in the Hat. We don't talk about that.
I didn't see that.
Ah, God, I'm rhyming again. God damn it. Moving on. Yes, Tevis.
I'm waiting. Seeing where you are.
You're waiting to see if I rhyme again. Which I will not be. So. What?
I'm waiting for you to rhyme.
I'm not rhyming anymore. I'm moving on. We see Gabe driving his Jeep. He runs into a couple of stoners who are just really excited to see him.
Brett and Evan.
Brett and Evan.
Brett and
Wow,
Evan.
you have their names written down?
I did. I was like, oh, these guys are going to be important, right?
She looked at him and went, hot.
I just thought it was funny that their names were Brett and Evan.
They're so annoying.
Gabe, dude.
Oh.
Welcome back, man.
What have you been doing? Oh, just working. Oh, man, don't say that word.
Don't use the W word, man.
I hate these guys so much. Fucking bullet sponges.
Technically, that's only half true.
I think both of them were hit.
No, but only one of them was sponged.
I wish the other one's parachute didn't open.
Right.
We're not there yet. And at this rate, we never will be. Can I continue, please? Please. Please. Please.
Continue, sir.
We learned that Gabe left and gave up climbing from the guilt of letting Sarah die. I also took a lot of glee writing the words Sarah dies. And also now on the show repeatedly saying Sarah died.
That's lovely. I can really feel how you feel about me.
So I'll just take a minute.
It is
So-
spelled with an H, though. So
Where yours is not.
where
As you go out of your way to correct people instead of just letting it go. Travis, did I ever tell you when Spotify updated and added the AI transcriptions?
We're not talking about this.
So, you know, on Spotify, it updated. Now it does transcriptions while the episode plays.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least it does on the mobile devices.
So does it say,
Well, so
does it spell Sarah out
with
the
an
correct
H.
way?
Excuse me. Hey.
My name is Tevis. There's no correct way of spelling
and yet
that.
it gets yours right every time.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
But it spells Sarah with an H. The first time she saw it after the update, she anger
I
texts
did not
me.
anger text you.
She anger
I
texts
politely
me.
asked you.
No,
to
there
ask
was no
Tevis.
politeness. You anger texted me. Tell Tevis that my name is not spelled with an H, that it's Sara. And I went, why would I do that? And you went, so he gets it right in the transcriptions. And I said, Sarah, do you honestly believe Tevis is, as he edits these, is transcribing every word? It even says transcriptions by AI.
I'm like that lady in the courtroom, just typing away.
The stenographer.
Thank you. I couldn't think of what they were called.
Oh, I didn't know it was an update.
And she got so angry
I
at
did not
you
get angry.
that she took out on me.
I didn't get angry. I
Oh.
just wanted to make sure
She's
you guys
getting angry
knew
about it now. You
how
can hear
to spell
her.
my name.
Despite the fact that if she looked or paid any attention, she would see that you have always spelled her name correctly in the episode descriptions that you're in, Sarah.
Yeah, that's my descriptions, not AI.
Okay. I
And
appreciate
I actually
that.
spelled this girl's Sarah's name your way.
Oh.
Sara.
How
How many A's?
Well, it's because she's falling.
Sarah!
So she's screaming her name while she's.
No, he's screaming
Yeah.
her name.
Yeah, Stallone. Hello, Sarah.
It's wildly accurate.
Thank you. I've been practicing that all day.
This was your moment.
Yep. I practice that at work. People look at me weird.
It's a good thing your job mostly involves you driving alone now.
That's true.
You can do all kinds of weird things.
Okay.
I was
So,
told I have to keep my pants on in the truck, though. So
Oh.
is there video monitoring?
no.
Then they won't know. Man, sometimes you hit those long stretches of just straight highway and there's nothing to do and you're just trying to kill time.
Highway hypnosis kicks in.
You've got to stave it off somehow. You got to do something to keep your mind and your hands occupied.
Both hands on the wheel, 10 and 2.
Shaft and balls. Just for Sarah.
Gosh.
So, we learned that Gabe left job. He left the state, I think.
Yeah, he went somewhere else.
He
for a
gave
long
up
time.
climbing, but he's coming home to get his woman, whose name I do not recall.
Jesse.
Jessie, with the bob cut. Excuse me, she has the Hitler Youth look.
The Stallone haircut.
She has the Demolition Man.
Absolutely.
And I guess because there's no other word for it, I guess you have to say that they have a conversation. Except in no way is this a conversation. It's just them two yelling at each other about, you don't understand. I'm the only one that understands. That can't be true because you don't understand. I understand. You don't understand.
Well,
I don't understand. I understand everything. I was there. I understand it all. You're not the one who understands. And what the hell was this?
felt very soap opera
Yes.
esque.
Well, she was mad because he left, and he was mad at her for not understanding why she left. And then she was like, I was here. I could have helped you. And yeah, I kind of got out of hand. And then after the argument, he asks her to come with him. And I was like, after this argument, you want to ask?
Wait, there was an argument?
Well, it was a fight, just kind of like brothers and sisters usually have.
All I got was someone doesn't understand, and I think it's me as the audience because this sucks.
Yeah, this whole dialogue part is not good.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
followed along. So
I didn't understand.
You didn't understand. But nobody seems to understand. Now, we are back on the plane, and we see people on the plane, and if you look around, and I have in my notes, those are the mustaches of bad men. Not that they're bad mustaches, but you could just tell that the people on this plane are bad by their clearly villainous mustaches.
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting for someone to get tied to a train track. Yeah.
He didn't curl it. What was that guy? Travers?
Travers.
Yeah.
What a
Richard
name.
Travers.
Dickie T.
Mm.
What?
You're not wrong.
I know. 100% growing up, someone referred to Richard Travers as Dickie T. Probably his little league coach. Not because, you couldn't just say Dickie, because this kid would have been playing little league, like softball or whatever, in like the 60s. So there would have been 4 Dickies on the team.
Oh, sure.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
He was Dickie T. It's not weird.
Okay, it's not weird.
It's not like his name is Richard Cranium,
I didn't.
Sarah. His name is Dick Travers.
Okay.
And they realize that their money transportation plane is being followed and tailed by another plane. Then there's a shootout, and we learn that Dickie T, despite having never lost a single piece of cargo in his 11 years on the job, he has flipped, and he's now corrupt.
For the money that he can't use in this country.
Or any country.
Yeah.
It's not usable currency, as they went out of their way to explain to us. There's some gunfire in an airplane cabin,
Yeah.
which
Like-
I'm not sure is portrayed accurately. I feel like there would be some pressure destabilization issues.
And then
Probably.
the pilot shoots the other pilot, which I didn't.
Because the pilot was in on it,
Yeah.
but not the co-pilot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the pilot didn't have a mustache, so I was confused as to what side he was on. And
So-
then they shot the other guy that had the mustache, so I'm really confused.
There was a huge. All I put in my notes is that and everyone dies in the plane.
Except
Except.
My man, Dickie T. And the-
Mr. Matheson. He did
And the
not.
non-mustachioed pilot.
Absolutely.
He probably couldn't. Look, okay, not all of us can grow mustaches, Sarah.
I know.
Villainous or otherwise.
I know.
You have a beard. I, on this show, very publicly, offered Sarah $5,000 if she named her child Tevis.
It's not going to happen.
Well, we'll see. Money talks. Tevis, I will give you $5,000 if you shave everything but your mustache.
Absolutely not.
Just whoosh, whoosh. Just stash.
You
Never.
could have the muffin chops.
The muffin chops?
Muffin
What are those
chops?
called?
First of all, you're talking about mutton chops, and those are sideburns, not mustache.
Muffin chops would be this here on the side of your
The muffin.
stomach.
Oh, he's got the muffin chops hanging over his belt.
Suppose a muffin top.
That's the joke, Sarah.
Oh.
They are forever known now as muffin chops.
chops. Absolutely no. Mutton chops are sideburns.
Okay.
$5,000. It's on the table, Tevis. Shave everything but the stash.
Only if it's in $1,000 bills.
Done. I
that-
know
that
a
I
guy.
can't use anywhere.
For anything.
Yeah. So this stunt that they do.
I'm too busy looking at your mustache trying to decide what it would look like without the rest of the beard. You know,
Travis is currently trying to hide behind his microphone.
I think if you were to just really let it get a little bushier, it could stand on its own. But as of right now, I don't know.
I don't like it when it gets curling over my lip because
Well, come on, Wyatt.
no, I hate it. I had it that way for a while. And every time I would take a bite of something, I would get like a shit
Ew.
ton of my mustache.
Oh
hair.
gosh.
Sarah's having some sort of
Oh.
convulsion.
Yeah, it was not fun. I would take a bite and it was like my lip would hurt. Like, who's pulling on my mustache?
Oh man.
So no.
Money talks. You got medical bills. You got credit card debt. You need to buy Take a Price merchandise.
Hell yes. Anyway,
Cool stunts.
this cool stunt that they did, this jet-to-jet transfer, this made the Guinness Book of World Records.
I was gonna say this is the longest scene in this entire movie.
It made the record for the costliest aerial stunt ever.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I swear. No, I
Okay.
swear. The stuntman, his name is Simon Crane. He was paid $1 million to cross between both of these planes without the aid of any safety device or trick photography or anything. I guess the insurance company refused to pay for the stunt to happen. So Stallone reduced his movie or his fee for the movie by $1 million to cover this stunt.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a pretty cool stunt.
I mean, it is cool
Wow.
because you're just watching it going, not a chance.
No, not a chance in hell.
Yeah. I thought you were making a joke that this was the longest scene in the movie.
No.
Like this is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the longest scene in
It's
the
not a
movie.
James Cameron movie.
I wonder what the longest scene is.
I don't know.
Is it the Goodfellas oneer?
I don't
Where
know.
he's following Henry Hill into the nightclub?
I don't know.
Is it 1970?
I don't know. Although 1917 isn't a true oneer.
I know, I heard.
It's just
I have yet to see that.
oh, it's in the hat. So the money transfers, Dickie T transfers, the pilot does not. As the one of the non-corrupted guards wakes up from his gunshot wounds and then retaliates with delivering other gunshot wounds. And there's gun shooting.
Yeah, from between planes.
Tevis is making a face.
I was curious. The longest scene in movie history,
Yes.
the longest continuous shot in a movie is Charlie Shackleton's film called Paint Drying.
Yep.
It's a 10-hour and 7-minute long film that shows nothing but paint drying.
Oh,
I am so disappointed that I looked that up.
that
Yeah, but are you really surprised that, of course, something like that would be the winner?
Yeah,
right.
that's
It's not-
cheap. That's cheap.
really what we meant.
Boo. I hate that shot.
I hate that movie. Speaking of which, I know our next movie.
It's not going to be paint
It's
drying.
only
is it?
it's only half the length of an average James Cameron film.
You've already digged at James Cameron once in this episode. One per episode.
That's my one.
That's the one.
I already got my one
Yeah, you already
in.
got
All
your one
right.
in.
It's only half the length of an average Peter Jackson film. Aha!
Okay, there we go. That's better.
So wait, are we now issuing a ruling that I can only dig at James Cameron once an episode?
One per episode, so you got to make it good.
Oh man, that wasn't good enough.
It's not my fault. I didn't make the rules.
Yes, you did just now. You're now forcing rules on me that I didn't agree to.
Sarah made that rule.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Damn it, Sarah.
I'm right here.
Damn it,
Look
Sarah.
to the left.
I am. I'm looking you dead into the windows of your soul. Damn it, Sarah.
It wasn't me.
Why did you put Joe Dirt in the hat?
I did.
Why did you put Black Adam in the hat?
didn't.
Why did you put the Fast and the Furious in the hat?
I was upset.
He wants his tuna fish sandwich without crusts.
And I want my PB&J without crust, but you don't see me complaining about it.
You're a bunch of children. Yeah, I got tired.
Blah! I'm having the best time.
Shut your mustache up. So, we learned that John Lithgow is a vaguely European terrorist sort. He's not really a terrorist. He's a Hans Gruber. He's Timu Hans Gruber.
I was going to say, he's very much the Kmart version.
No one knows what Kmart is anymore.
That's why he's the Kmart version.
Yeah, but you have to stay relevant with the times, bruh.
No.
Bruh.
No.
Bruh.
Word.
Excuse me. Timu.
There. See, I didn't know what you were talking about when you said Timu.
Oh, excuse me. The Timu. See, though, when I say Timu, it makes me... I feel like I'm doing a South Park impression.
Yeah.
Timu.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No. Timu. Which I believe is confirmed as just Chinese government spyware.
Oh, yeah.
Cheap.
Between that and TikTok.
Stuff.
Yeah, stuff that will definitely give you asbestos poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's that version of Hans Gruber. He's an international businessman. And he is stealing the money with the help of Dickie T. Their plane sustains damage and crashes in a shot that looks okay.
It didn't look good, but I loved it just because it was miniature. And I miss miniatures so much.
I love miniatures, but miniatures fall in two categories. Amazing and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this miniature shot were an ice cream flavor, it would be pralines and dick. A little Wayne's World for you.
Can I get that at the Baskin Robbins?
32, 32, 31, 33 flavors now.
Hell yeah.
Baskin Robbins always finds out.
Prefer my ice cream without dick.
You're missing out. So they steal this money, but they crash in the mountains. But again, I have it in my notes. Why steal this money? They're uncirculated bills that are useless except for very specific purposes. To which the movie does answer why they're stolen with, well, a guy like, what's his name? John Lithgow's vaguely European character's name?
Quaylen? Quaaludes?
A guy like Quaylen could figure out how to use them. What does that mean?
He knows the guy.
Does he?
He knows a guy. I don't know.
What kind of answer is that?
Movie answer.
These bills are useless. Except by this guy. That's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, we can all agree that's bad writing.
Yeah.
That's three writers. Like, what do we do? I don't know.
Just throw something in there. Have
Yeah.
an answer. Yeah.
But also, these are $1,000 bills with serial numbers.
Right.
I have to assume that there aren't all that many of these if they're never in circulation,
Probably 3 suitcases full. That's it.
and they probably have a specific serial number sequence.
Oh, yeah.
So if one were to pop up anywhere, at any time, for any reason, that's going to trigger some alarms.
Probably. But this is a 93 action movie
Written
written
by
by
Stallone, France, and Long.
so meh.
No, this bothered me a lot. It's not meh. It's bothered me a lot. The crux of our movie sucks.
I'd agree.
Okay. You know what? As long as we can all agree this is poorly written garbage, I'm happy to move on.
Okay.
This part is, yes.
Yeah, that's what the MacGuffin
Yeah,
being
this
the
is-
money, the crux,
The goober.
the goober.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
Right.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm happy. I'm just sit here being happy. So Quaylen and team radio the
Emergency line?
what are they? Yeah, they're
I think
mountain
it's like
rescue.
yeah, the mountain rescue.
Yeah.
You know that we're hikers. We need help. We got lost. Blah blah blah. Oh, and then the woman is like, and Andy needs insulin. Please hurry. And that's when Quaylen turns to Dickie T and everyone else, and he's like, "See, my God, you're so beautiful when you're cunning. Would any of you thought to have mentioned insulin? Now we are gonna go have ravenous snow sex."
Yeah, I thought that was a little overboard.
The ravenous snow sex?
No,
or-
that
oh.
part was fine.
What
part
movie
where
were you watching?
there is a porn version of Cliffhanger.
For research purposes
Yeah.
solely, what is the name of that?
Asking for
Cliffbanger. Yeah. No, the whole when she says about the insulin and he's just like, "Oh my God, she's so brilliant."
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, God, she's so smart and cunning. Would any of you done any of this, you absolute Neanderthal idiots?
Like, chill out. It's not that great.
You know what? At this point, I don't know if it's John Lithgow's accent or all of us trying to do John Lithgow's accent that has now formed a synoptic connection in my brain to like a Monty Python skit.
Honestly, yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like it should
My
be.
brain has hardwired a connection now. I can't do or hear his voice without thinking of a Monty Python character.
That's hilarious.
Thanks. It's always funny when you can just reply, "That's hilarious."
What should I say instead? I don't.
Travis started. Sarah, we Travis and I talked about this in an episode not all that long ago. Sometimes when you have a bad line of dialogue, instead of replacing it with what hopefully will be a slightly better line of dialogue, just cut it out. Just get rid of it. Just you don't need it.
Okay. I don't.
That's hilarious. Where are we at?
I hate all of you. I will now be doing the rest of the episode. Say vaguely European bad guy.
Go figure.
Go figure.
That's so terrible.
Never mind. I'm moving on. We will now go over to the corner and have very efficient German sex.
Okay, so Gabe and Hal.
Hal.
Howell?
How?
No.
Hal.
Thurston Howell.
How.
How?
And how.
So Gabe and Hal.
Hal.
They meet up
Yes.
for the very first time in a long time.
They kiss.
And they have a conversation.
Oh. With their lips.
No, I don't remember that.
But they get into this argument about
Understanding.
about Sarah, about her falling. And they have a back and forth. Ugh. There's a moment where Gabe says, "You didn't have to look into her eyes as she fell, so drop it." And I was like, poor choice of words, bud.
He wouldn't have to drop it if Stallone had, or excuse me, if Gabe hadn't have dropped it.
Yeah, and that's when Hal grabs a hold of Gabe and is like going to throw him over the cliff, and it's kind of holding him. And
he's like, "Do it. Just do it, man. You want to do it, just do it."
But yeah, as soon as he drops that, "So drop it." I was like, oh.
You shouldn't say that on a cliff.
Awkward. Poor choice of words. That was spot on, Heath Ledger's the Joker, and you can both kiss my ass.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom. My entire fishy white ass. So, Hal, and Gabe show up to rescue the lost hikers. Ha! They're gun-toting, vaguely European bad guys. Yep. And they are taken hostage because Dickie T has a very complicated computer of some sort that has the tracking device for the duffel bags full of money. The duffel cases.
Yeah.
Travers is very angry.
Yeah, he is.
He has one emotion, and it's loud.
Very much.
And it's really irritating. And not that he's not displaying the emotion of irritation. He's causing me to have the emotion of irritation.
There's a moment when they arrive at the first briefcase, and they send Gabe up to retrieve it.
Yeah, but then they're like, "Take his coat," and I'm like,
"Well, yeah, you got to show off the guns."
So he can't run.
Yeah.
So he can't run, but he's tied to a rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also tie him to a rope.
And I'm like, they don't give him any tools or anything to help him up, and then
he doesn't need it. It's Stallone.
They can't lift the 105-pound woman.
But Travers, when he tells, or I guess Quaylen says this first, tells him to go fetch. And then Travers just angry as shit. Fetch.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus
Give
Christ.
Him 1 second.
Dude, chill out. Have a drink. But he's probably really pissed off because he's walking around on the snowy mountain in dress shoes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because all these guys thought they were just going to get off from one plane to the other, and then the plane was going to land at an airport somewhere.
Right.
They're not ready for this. They're not dressed for this. Nobody has a hat. Nobody has earmuffs. They're walking around in shitty shoes.
Well, Quaylen has the thighs of the very cunning woman.
That is true.
For earmuffs.
Yeah, as soon as she said insulin, he's like, "Oh yes, come here."
Slay.
Did you just say slay? Oh, he was slaying it. They're taken hostage. Gabe they find the first bag thanks to overly complex computer that has 15,000 password combinations that change in 15-second intervals, and you only have like 15 something measurement to do something in intervals of 15 and some sort of 15-based increment.
15?
It became a really convenient number to the writers for some reason I don't understand.
It's easy to remember.
Apparently. Because everything involving this computer is 15-based. I think the password is 1515.
That's the same as mine. Shit. I gotta change it.
16.
151515.
Exclamation point. So Gabe, his ankle is tied to a rope. They strip him of his coat. and give him no tools to climb this cliff and get the first bag of money. He still manages to somehow do so. Then they start shooting at him,
Yeah.
causing a half-ass avalanche.
I don't understand why they shot at him though. Like he had just gotten up there and then he was
Well, because Waylon tells somebody, retire him when he comes back down. And that's when Hal yells at him, hey, they're going to kill you when you get back down here. And I'm like, what? Okay, for one, why would you say that in front of Hal? Like,
Or at all.
Just kill him when he comes down. So then they're trying to tug him with the rope to bring him down. I'm like, you're on the side of a cliff. So if he does fall and he has the bag with him, the bag is going to go over the other edge. And then you're going to have to go fucking hunt for it again.
Or they drag him down and he doesn't have the bag.
Yeah.
And the bag is still up there.
The bag is
They're
still
going to
up
send him back there.
Wait, where's the money? Oh, son of a bitch, I can see it. It's, damn it.
Like,
But yeah, the guy's like, okay, so we'll shoot him. And then he shoots that rocket launcher or
It's a grenade
launcher.
Well, you see, Stallone was dug in like an Alabama tick.
And then the avalanche happens, so Stallone holds that briefcase over his head to protect him from the avalanche.
World's best shield.
like what we do in schools and put our books on top of our head for a tornado.
I wouldn't know. Mine was usually more waist level to hide the surprise boner. What? Puberty's a weird time, man.
What, you're like, say tornado, and you're like, boing.
No, Sarah's tornado example has nothing to do with the surprise boner.
No. So
You have to hold your binder and your books down in front of your crotch.
During a tornado?
No, that has nothing to do with it.
During an avalanche.
Maybe. What?
How did we get here?
Holding books and binders.
Avalanche, tornado, surprise boner.
What? I'm making a valid point.
And what's that point exactly?
Well, you're like, oh, I gotta like cover my head, except most middle school / early high school guys are carrying it lower to hide the surprise boner.
During a tornado?
No, the tornado is a separate subject. These are not related.
thank you so much for listening. Hit that follow button if you enjoyed our show. We have merch now. And we're going to have one that says surprise boner.
Dibs.
You guys are going to have one called the Wiener King.
Oh, the Wiener King is coming
Oh, jeez.
to a workplace near you.
Oh, gosh. I won't tell, guys.
Oh. Yeah, because I'm worried about the legal ramifications of my wiener doodle in a public bathroom stall. Excuse me, my alleged wiener doodle. Well, no, it's not allegedly a wiener doodle. It is a wiener doodle. The wiener doodle that is allegedly mine.
Careful, the Paul Blart might come and get you at the security.
It's on the 3rd floor. That Segway. It's not going up there. So avalanche occurs. He uses the money case as a shield of some sort, but also breaks it open so money falls out. So the avalanche comes and then they see loose money mixed in with the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, well, he's dead, as is all of that money gone.
And the guy who shot the grenade launcher gets killed by the avalanche
Well,
as well.
he didn't duck.
Oh, does he die?
I think someone gets caught in
Yeah,
the down.
Okay.
he's the
floor.
one. Which
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
you're dumb. These bad guys they're not the smartest.
They're
So-
not very bright.
Except Quaylen and
Cunning woman.
the cunning linguist woman. I'm glad Tevis got that.
She's good with the words.
Oh.
Blah, 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 blah. But no, he's got a grenade launcher. He shoots up at a mountain, which Gabe and Hal say, because Hal warns him this cliff is getting ready to produce at any time. Like it's ripe for an avalanche. Everyone hears this. Grenade launcher man shoots the grenade launcher, sees the explosion, sees the snow coming down, sees it come off the cliff face down towards him as he continues to just look up at it like a turkey in the rain. And there he goes. One less bad guy.
This scene and a lot of other shots gave me heavy Lord of the Rings vibes
Because of the mountains?
with the mountain and them walking across the tops of the mountains. And
Okay.
there's a lot of shots with him just walking across the top. And it's Peter Jackson saw this movie and was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to use that.
Okay.
A lot of it.
Okay.
Now, my question is, why did that asshole have a grenade launcher?
I was going to say, did he just take that
He
from the
was
plane?
a European bad guy?
No, he's vaguely European.
I'm sorry, because he's vaguely European.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, vaguely
European.
something European
Bad guy.
bad guy.
That guy. Mustache. Got it. Well, he catches an avalanche with his mustache. So
Just grab him by the mustache.
Stallone is now, Gabe is now freezing because he doesn't have a coat. And because they took his coat, remember? There was a lot of talk about a coat. So
What happened to his rope? Did he cut it?
he cut it with something. I don't even, was it a rock? He essentially smashes the rope.
Yeah, I don't remember with what.
Or did his shoes have like a climbing spike grip, and he used the spikes on that, I think.
I think he may have. He had something he used to cut the rope.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he finds an old outpost that has antique like mountain hiking and climbing equipment under
Yeah.
glass.
It looks like a museum of
So he
something.
just smashes it with his fist like an idiot. And shockingly, the glass does not cut him to pieces.
Nope.
If you thought Stallone was hard to hear and understand before he was cold, when he's trying to talk to Jesse and he's shivering, he's like, you're paying back. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Warm up and then talk, please.
I did write something that he said. I was like, he said the cold killed my radio, and I was like, but it didn't kill you. Is that what he said?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, did he say that, or was that somebody else?
I don't remember.
Okay.
That might have been Jesse,
Okay.
but I don't know. I can't recall.
Somebody said the cold killed my radio.
Yeah.
Like,
My
it's
brain
so
kind of
cold.
glossed over.
My brain went on autopilot for most of this.
Okay.
So he gets now I know what the snow means. He breaks the glass and within the display case was an old sweater that he was able to put on, but it was one of those old like hand knit wool sweaters
Yeah.
that would be the itchy kind that they definitely gave to Native Americans filled with smallpox, and B, his is also filled with broken glass.
He shook it out. That'd be fine.
I watched him. There was no shaking. He just put that on right away, and I'm just sitting here watching going, shouldn't that be full of broken glass?
He was cold. He didn't care.
He's going to care when he... Never mind. The bad guys are going. They learn Gabe is still alive because Gabe made them a snowman.
Yeah, that's right. Snowman with red eyes tracker ? How did that happen?
So they were following the tracker for the money, for the second bag of money that Gabe got to first, but he takes the tracker out of the bag and puts it into a snowman.
Yeah, and he had time to make a snowman with no coat. Or was it after he got a coat?
After.
Probably after, yeah.
He wanted to build a snowman.
I mean, it's wintertime.
It
That's
didn't
what
have to
we're
be a snowman, but
supposed
it
to
ended
do.
up being one.
You're supposed to build a snowman in the snow. Do you want to build a snowman?
No, we can't sing it, Tevis.
I've still not seen that movie.
It's really good.
It's good, but it's overhyped.
It's really good.
Like Hamilton.
No, it's nothing like Hamilton.
It's overhyped like Hamilton.
Oh, yeah, probably. But it's really good. I liked it a lot. Not so much the second one.
The second Hamilton?
The second, yeah, there's a second Hamilton.
Where he comes back from the dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Night of the Living Hamilton. Haven't you heard of that?
Hamilton's overrated, folks. Deal with it. You can stew in your anger all you want. It doesn't change the truth.
It's great.
They're coming to get you, Hamilton.
No, Hamilton's coming.
Oh,
Hamilton's coming to get you, Barbara.
What's that from?
Night of the Living Dead.
Oh.
Mixed with Hamilton.
Oh.
Watch more movies. You are on a movie podcast.
Sorry.
The remake of Return of the Living Dead, or Night of the Living Dead, is really good.
Okay.
From the 80s.
So, Gabe is still somehow not died of hypothermia. We learn that because they make, how did we see it, Sarah?
He has
One of the bad guys has like night vision goggles or heat vision. He has some sort of
Night
special
vision.
goggles, but it shows the temperature
in the corner.
in the
Yes,
corner,
it does,
and it
doesn't it?
shows the temperature as negative 11 Celsius, meaning Gabe has been running around wet from snow in 12-degree Fahrenheit.
Does snow make you wet?
It's water.
First of all,
that was a very odd way to.
First
to
of
put
all,
it.
Tevis, I'm going to need you to never ask Sarah if something makes her wet ever again. Okay?
I'm lost, but okay.
Moving on. I am not explaining this.
I thought he was asking.
I'm
me.
not
I am not explaining this.
I wasn't asking if snow turned her on. I was asking
Whoa.
if you're in snow, does the snow get you?
Yes. Please continue. This isn't worse at all.
Water is wet.
Does the
Snow
snow
is
make
wet.
you make water that would get
Yeah,
your clothes
this doesn't. It's not
moist?
complicated.
Oh, moist.
Moist.
Oh God.
How moist do you get in snow?
Control Alt Delete.
And edit it out. Click, 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 click. Yes. But Sarah, good. After that last fiasco, Sarah, you understood what he meant. And hot callback to Gremlins. Thank you both.
Yeah.
Because snow is in fact water, and it would make a person wet, and he would in fact die of hypothermia.
Yeah. In 12 degrees Fahrenheit in Rocky Mountains.
So, well,
Yeah.
because most of the Sara and Slys, to be honest, we borrow from Tevis. Then you come over and watch it with Anna and I,
Yeah.
and the three of us watch it together.
Right.
Did Anna not look it up? And in 12 degrees, hypothermia would set in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Anna looked it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
It
Yeah.
would take about 20 minutes,
is-
give or take.
Isn't it also actively snowing for part of this?
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, actively snowing or not, he was under an avalanche and still had to climb up the rest of the
Right.
way. Then he built a snowman. Like,
Without gloves.
his fingers would have fallen off.
Right. Yes.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's just math. One of the bad guys calls another bad guy. Oh, no. Oh, it's not the bad guys. We are back to Sarah's favorite duo.
Cheesehead.
What, Brett
and Evan.
Brett and Evan, as they are now tinting it.
Yeah, because
they're in a tent.
Gonna go snowboarding or something.
Snowboarding?
Snowboarding.
I believe they were base jumping, which is a horrible idea. I don't understand base jumpers, except I want to commit suicide, but maybe I'll survive.
Because they have parachutes. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's base jumping is don't base jump, Sarah.
Well, I wasn't planning on it.
So when they do their first base jump,
Cheesehead.
yes. As they fall, they look like they are 10,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
But then the camera kind of swirls around them a little bit. There's no mountain anywhere near them. It's like they just jumped out of a plane.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
So picture skydiving, but with debris.
Right. Yeah.
See, you got to dodge the pine trees and the rocks. And there's a creamy center there where you won't die.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You would die.
Don't base jump. To all of our ticket price listeners, don't base jump. We need you. And also life and family and whatever, but ticket price. Then the bad guys find the hippies. Hal continues to yell at them, to warn them. The bad guys were going to kill them indiscriminately. Why, though? There's no reason to draw more attention to yourselves by killing these guys.
Right.
Well, it's because these vaguely European bad guys are terrible at their job.
That's true.
Yeah.
You'd almost think they're cops. They're so bad at their jobs.
Right? Yeah. No, they're terrible.
Kind of
Terrible.
feels like they're just aimlessly wandering around
And shooting people.
For no reason.
Like the world's worst D&D group. We all talk with bad accents and kill whoever we come across.
Yeah.
My God, that's D&D in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
You lost me.
It's because you've never seen a vagina. God, you're such a nerd.
I don't play D&D.
Yeah, you loser. It's because you're afraid of women.
Hell yeah, I
What is
am.
the
They take half
correlation
my
between
shit.
D&D and women?
Because if you play D&D, you're getting women.
You get all kinds of play.
Absolutely.
Is that how that works?
Absolutely. Checks notes. Dead hippie.
Yeah.
Is it now?
I don't know
I will
who's
give you.
who.
I was gonna say. I'll give anyone in this room $100 without looking it up. Tevis. Which one died?
Brett.
Or was it Evan?
Brett.
You're just saying a name.
I am, but it's Brett.
Okay.
I'm going to stick to my guns.
It was Brett.
You owe me $100.
I will give you $5,000, and all you have to do is name your child Tevis.
It's not going to happen.
Middle name.
All
Middle
you
name.
have to do is shave your beard and just leave a mustache.
Yep. How do I do that?
Oh my, Sarah, grow a mustache.
I can't grow a
You
mustache.
and I will grow a mustache together.
I think
For
she
the
would have a better chance of growing a
record-
mustache than you.
That's probably true, Tevis.
I
You
can't
dick.
grow a mustache. Don't have
Not with that attitude.
what?
Damn it, Sarah, it's 2024. You are a strong, independent woman and can do whatever you want.
But I don't want to grow a mustache.
Yes, you do. It's for the show. Think about how great we'll look for our first video recorded episode if we all have matching stashes.
I'm not growing a mustache.
You will not commit to anything for the show. I don't know why we invite you back. So, back to Stallone, who has met up with Jesse. She's trying to help him escape and find the money and get Hal. 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 Howell. Hal. 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 Hal.
Just
And I have it here in my notes. Sarah laughs at, we have to go through the crack. So they're trying to get, Gabe and Jesse are trying to get a shortcut and get past the bad guys to get to the next bag first. But to do so, they have to go through a small cave system of sorts, but they're going to have to sideways shimmy their way through a crack in between the stone to get into the cavern, right?
Right.
And so one of the characters says, we're going to have to go through the crack, which Sarah continues to find no end of entertainment from that. Her amusement is just will not be reined in by we have to go through the crack.
It's hilarious.
Oscar levels of funny.
Oh, the Oscar movie, not the Oscars.
I don't know the Oscars anymore. Or
I haven't watched the Oscars in forever.
No,
I don't know if I've ever actually watched the Oscars.
I know I did. So they had to go in the crack?
Sylvester Stallone went headfirst into her crack.
In the mountain cave.
Whatever. Dove in like a champion spelunker.
Is this where he ends up fighting Leon?
Yeah.
Well,
which I have a particular note about.
Before that, don't they set up a fire? Do they set up?
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like burning the money.
He uses the
he's
money.
burning the money.
And then he says it's costing a fortune to heat this place.
That line came from Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
I have no doubt in my mind that's a Stallone line. That's probably the only line he had in this movie that he wrote to get writing credit.
That feels very Schwarzenegger-esque.
So Stallone.
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger-esque equals Stallone.
I agree.
Costing a fortune to heat this place, man.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Then Leon shows up. Oh, no, then there are the bats.
Yeah, there are the bats.
Don't look up, Jesse.
You just,
And they're not even swarmed by bats. Bats just kind of fly out of the cave a little bit, and she freaks out.
I mean, if they would have just been quiet and just continued walking, it would have been fine.
Yeah, I think so.
So you're saying a woman overreacted and made the situation worse?
Who said that? Nobody said that.
Nobody
I didn't
said
say that.
I didn't say that.
I think somebody said that.
I didn't say that.
And I bet he's incredibly handsome and intelligent and can grow a fine beard.
We're talking about Tevis? Because he didn't say that.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
Well, no, I was talking about me, but
You can grow
But
a
you
beard.
said handsome and can grow a fine beard.
and intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have none of the things I just said. I said a fine beard, not that spinach strainer or whatever.
You mean fine beard like is in like tiny?
Fine? Tiny?
Minuscule. Eat my ass. Leon shows up. He's a sociopath, apparently, who just jizzes at the thought of killing people. And so he goes down there to kill Stallone. He's also a karate expert
Well, yeah.
for reasons.
I was trying to remember where I saw this guy from before, the actor.
Oh, sure.
He was in Cool Runnings.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one that's not John Candy. But
Well, to my knowledge, there were 4 of them who were not John Candy.
and when him and Gabe end up fighting, what's he say? He's like, "I'm just gonna ask you 3 times.
Yeah.
Where is the money?
Where's the money?"
Like Austin Powers when he's interrogating Will Ferrell's character, and he's just like, "Who sent you? I'll die before I tell. Who sent you? I'll never say anything. Who sent you? God, it was Dr. Evil." Wait, why did you just tell us? I can't stand being asked the same question 3 times. It just irritates me. Well, if you're going to tell us anyway, why are you just telling? I'll never tell you. Why don't you just tell us?
I do appreciate the fact that Gabe gets his ass kicked here.
Yeah, well, Leon, Leon has karate skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Gabe's not
And he's a
a
vaguely
fighter. He's a mountain climber.
Yeah.
He's just a regular dude. And they didn't.
Yeah, a regular dude who military presses him into a stalactite that impales him.
Hell yes.
Also, Jesse pulls a gun
No.
and tries to kill Leon with racial slurs.
She does not say
She
it.
super does.
She does not.
She super does.
What?
So Jesse goes to try to pull the trigger.
She's saying
Right.
no.
No, she's not. She pulls the trigger yelling, "Nig!" And then
She doesn't say the
it's click,
G.
click, 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 click.
She does not
Like
say
she
the
was about to drop some hard R's while pulling a gun trigger and killing
Oh, I didn't
a
catch
black
that at all.
character.
Yeah, because she says no.
No,
She
does
does
not.
not say a G. There
She
is.
does not say the G.
She doesn't say the G.
She doesn't say an O.
My favorite part after she pulls the trigger is he looks over at her and goes, "No bullets, bitch."
Well, to be fair, she did call him a.
If I get a
She
dog, I'm
did
going to
not.
name it "No Bullets, bitch."
That would require you to care about something other than yourself.
Yeah, so it's not going to happen.
Although my wife does want to know why you hate dogs.
I don't hate dogs. I hate cats. I don't hate dogs.
Wait, why do you hate cats?
They're
Why
gross.
do you hate?
Not gross.
I don't like cats.
No.
They just climb on everything, and
So do my dogs.
I like dogs. I don't like cats.
So when you come over, you don't have a problem with my dogs.
No.
Okay.
No, I love dogs actually,
Except for the dog you had,
except for the dog I had. Yes,
which you actively described as a bastard.
he was a little son of a bitch.
What kind of dog was he?
Son of a bitch.
He was dog kind. You know, 4 legs, nose, tail, that whole everything in the middle.
I could not take him outside without almost ripping my arm off, because anytime he saw anything that moved, he would freak out and try to chase it. And no,
Sounds like a bad handler.
yeah, I'm not a dog trainer. Shit.
Bitch, train my dog for me. I ain't your maid.
Yeah.
She definitely yells Nick. Okay, military press slam into stalactites. This might be the one of, if not the goriest moment we've had on Sara and Sly. And I remember, Sarah, you were quite taken back by it.
It was because it felt like it was
Out of nowhere?
out of nowhere, and out of place. Because this entire time it hasn't been gory. It hasn't really been.
Well, there was that part when Gabe and the night goggle guy were fighting as they're sliding down the mountain, and he pushes his face into the
That's true.
the ice.
I forgot about I forgot about Stallone sledding down the hill
On
on a guy's
someone.
back, cheese gratering his face off
Okay,
with the
yeah.
That was
mountain.
But
cool.
they didn't show it.
They kind of showed a little bit.
Did they?
A little bit.
Well,
I
you
didn't
saw like
see-
you saw
The aftermath.
You saw like his face getting ground. Like he goes face into the snow. He's screaming. Then at one point his head comes up, so you can see a bit of the aftermath.
Yes.
But this was like stalactite through the belly, blood and innards kind of spill out
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
over Stallone, which is gonna give him hypothermia quicker.
It was super cool. I loved it.
Well, no one cares what you thought. Sarah was quite taken back
I
by
was
it.
taken aback by it. It surprised me. It felt like it didn't belong in the movie.
I agree with that, though.
Yeah.
It did feel like almost overdone
Yeah.
a little.
So Gabe isn't a fighter.
Also,
Oh
sorry.
no,
Also, he lifts a whole grown man
over his head.
over his head, but he can't pull the woman at the beginning of the movie up to the
You're
rope.
supporting his argument.
I am.
How's
It's
that
a valid.
How's that make you feel?
Well,
But he does 2 hands. He presses this guy with 2 hands.
that's true.
Yeah, but he's probably twice her weight.
And he's already kind of above him anyway.
You
Plus,
say
he's got a handful of wiener. So he's probably like, I got to get this done quick. I don't want to hold this guy's junk anymore. Or maybe I'm just going to do it really slow
prolong it.
and then go get ice cream afterwards.
Pralines and dick. No, I'm just saying, to your point, Gabe's not a fighter, but all of a sudden he can military press slam this guy like he's Dr. Death in the middle of a War Games match?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that was a deep cut for our wrestling fans.
Yeah, I bet half the people listening don't know who Dr. Death is.
Half.
I bet all the people listening don't know who Dr. Death is.
In the comments, shout out your favorite Dr. Death moment. And I swear to God, if anyone mentions Brawl for All,
Damn it.
I will come after you.
Roll for
Shut up. Shut up.
all.
Shut up. Oh, then everyone's favorite old man, Frank, shows up. He gets killed.
I know. I wrote in my notes, Frank dies, frowny face.
Then, wait.
The slow motion Michael Rooker.
No.
From Hook.
Almost as good as Robin Williams.
Yeah, the breeze wasn't blowing Michael Rooker's hair up from Frank's soul leaving his body.
Would have been better if it had.
That was so sad, though, because Frank was like just this nice
Nice old man.
old man.
Who was really into abstract painting.
Yeah.
This is a banana eating a monkey.
Oh.
Frank.
Frank?
Fucking
What
hate
did Frank ever do to you?
it. Did you see at the beginning of the film when Sarah is dangling off of that wire, he has got the biggest, evilest grin on his face.
Does not.
He did
He is a
too.
sweet old man.
It's a banana eating a monkey. Blah, blah, blah.
Tevis threw a party after Frank died.
That would require him to know anyone outside of this room. Banana eating a monkey. I'm not over it. Continue without me. I've been rendered useless.
He's not grinning.
He looks like a maniac. Look at him. he's got this.
Michael Rooker looks like he's laughing.
Yeah, but Frank is like, she gonna fall.
Hell yeah.
He's a maniac.
I'm fine. Just go on.
Okay.
My next
Well-
note is Crystal's death. Just talk about that.
Who? Who's death?
So after Frank sadly passes away,
You make it sound like he died in his sleep. He was shot several
I
times.
thought he was stabbed.
Was
No, was he stabbed or was he shot?
both?
Quaylen was just over him, just you know.
Waylon shot him, and then Michael Rooker came up and stabbed him.
That's where I was laughing when my girlfriend died, you old fuck.
Gosh. Anyway, the
It's
whole
a banana.
how are we supposed to move on if you keep talking about it?
I'd say mute my mic, but I was so loud it doesn't matter.
So anyway,
Anyway,
Crystal dies.
after Frank gets stabbed or shot or whatever, the whole bad guy posse moves over to the helicopter, and I don't really remember what they start talking about, but like everyone's arguing about something. No, they're gonna kill
They're gonna kill Dickie T.
kill Dickie T, but Dickie T's like,
He's the only one that knows the combination to the tracker, so
Right.
he's going to kill Quaylen. So Quaylen hides behind Crystal
right, but then he shoots the pilot.
and shoots Crystal himself after sexually whispering something into her ear about love and sacrifice.
oh yeah, yeah.
And now he's like, now, Quaylen, I can't kill you because you're the only one that can work the tracker. You can't kill me because I'm the only one who can pilot the helicopter. We're on the same side again. It was very Doc Holliday. There. Now we can be friends again.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a weird scene. I don't know.
No, The weird scene is what happens next. When vaguely European goon is tasked with killing Michael Rooker,
This also happened, yes.
and it turns into a prolonged soccer metaphor.
Yeah, this was
Sucks?
sucks.
So
Sucks?
apparently this
It's
man...
pronounced sucks.
Yes. This man, I have an idea. This man
Sucks?
tried out for professional soccer,
But he sucks.
but he didn't get in.
Say it sucks. I'm worried you're not going to admit that this
No,
sucks.
it did suck.
Okay,
I'm just creating a
thank you.
backstory for this man. He didn't get into professional soccer because he wasn't good at it.
Sucks.
And then he turned into a vaguely European bad guy. And now every time he kills someone...
Well, you know what they say, those vaguely European soccer teams are really hard to get into. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, I kind of lost it at the moment. Every time he would kick Michael Rooker.
And then he would describe what he was doing on like a soccer field.
Yeah, and then he would go, ole, 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 ole.
Which is bullshit, because that's a hockey chant, and I'll die on that hill.
And then he was like, I don't know. What did
And the striker moves for the penalty kick.
Yeah. And then Michael Rooker, does he have a gun suddenly? I don't remember what happened.
Oh, what's he do? He stabs the guy in the leg?
Yeah, he takes Frank's knife. As he's clutching dying Frank like motions with his eyes and head like my knife. And so Hal.
Yeah, he had to test
Hal.
if it was sharp. That's why he stabbed
And
Frank.
he stabs Frank. Also for looking like an absolute psychopath while his girlfriend was dying. And so Hal has a knife that he chooses not to use and instead lets this guy kneecap him and kick the shit out of him for like 18 minutes.
Yeah, so he stabs him in the leg, and then he grabs the guy's gun.
Yeah.
Right.
The
And
shotgun
then he says goal and then shoots him.
Lame.
This whole sequence sucks. I'm moving on. They get to the last bag. Walker ties the tracker onto a rabbit
Yeah, I remember this.
because it's goddamn Looney Tunes.
So apparently, during this scene, when Travers shoots at the rabbit, in the original film, in the test footage that they showed the test audience, they actually killed the rabbit. They showed it getting shot and killed this actual rabbit. People fucking hated that. So
You
they
never kill the animal.
So they had to go back and reshoot it so that the rabbit lived,
yeah.
which
Yep.
it cost them like $100,000 to do all that.
Well, I mean, this movie made its money back, so whatever. But
Yeah.
I'll put this. I guess letting the rabbit live made your test audience happy, but at the same time, did it not add a whole nother level of cartoonishness to the movie when there's all this gunfire nonsense and then the rabbit comically pops its head up like, oh.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Dickie T is tracking he's using his goober to track the thing and
Very descriptive,
very
thank you.
descriptive. Yes. And then he gets mad because he's just an angry person, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. He's very
He
angry.
just gets mad when he figures out that Gabe attached it to a bunny rabbit and just keeps moving around him. And then he tries to... I thought it was funny because he tries to shoot at it, misses.
Also, do rabbits just naturally dart in and out of their tunnels at a high rate of speed for nonstop? Just nonstop for no reason?
I don't know. I'm not a rabbit expert.
Well, they're timid, so probably not. They would probably just go in there and stay in there.
I want to know how Gabe got a hold of the rabbit.
How did he talk to it?
He's a princess.
Rabbit whisperer. Well, you see, what they cut from the movie was this whole musical number. Stallone gives a heart-rending solo. The woodland critters surround him and give him like a coat and stuff.
Also, earlier, when Brett dies, Evan lands in like a tree.
No one cares about them.
What?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
but
wait, are you talking about the air quote wolves?
the wolves
Oh,
that come up.
yes.
They're so obviously a Siberian Husky because
Yeah.
they have
The
tail,
curly tail,
the curly
the
tail,
beautiful blue eyes.
and beautiful blue eyes.
They're
And
just,
the leash.
And,
there's a collar that says princess.
and they're obviously just like licking his face
Yeah.
because he has something like they put like treats on him or something.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, they've got like ham sticking out of his boot or something. So the dogs are like gnawing his foot, and it's like, look at that. And they're like, "Get out of here, you wolves!" And I'm going, "Wolves, wolves,
That is a dog.
wolf."
That is a whole husky.
That is a whole ass dog. That is so many generations from wolf.
Yeah, it wasn't very convincing.
No,
No, I just thought that part was funny too.
you know what? I'm fine talking about the dog. That's fine. Travers catches up to Gabe. I don't really know what Gabe's plan was. He tries to pull Travers under the ice, but that also required him to go under the ice.
Right,
And that just seems like an ill-conceived plan at the face of it.
right. And
This whole section of the movie, it felt very much like a set. It looked very much like a
Yeah.
set. And it just another reason to have Stallone with his shirt off, I guess.
Now, this part of the movie felt very The Hobbit to me. With Stallone under the ice and Travers looking down at him, like King Thorin looking down at Azog the Impaler.
What?
have you seen The Hobbits?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't like to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm just poking fun,
Yes.
although it is eerily similar.
Is it really?
A little.
I mean, yeah.
If Stallone had just stabbed through the ice into Travers's foot, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have
Yeah.
no recollection
But-
of anything from The Hobbit.
If Gabe hadn't had hypothermia before, he definitely has it now
Yeah.
and is going to die.
Oh, being submerged in the water, then actually getting trapped under the ice
water,
for a little bit,
yeah.
he's done. Except he's not. Because science. Then, okay. Quaylen has the helicopter and makes a deal with Gabe, a trade. The last bag of money for Jesse.
Yes.
God damn, what even is this sequence?
It's something that happens.
They negotiate an exchange, I guess, but it doesn't make any sense because someone's going to shoot someone who's going to shoot someone else. And then, like, how is the money supposed to get in like, Jesse can't get out of the helicopter because it's flying, but Gabe can't get the money to him because it's flying. And then they, like, get low enough so Jesse can kind of, like, half-ass jump out, which then leaves Quaylen with nothing but his dick in his hand. So then, giving away all the power, Gabe takes the money and, like, throws it into the rotor or some such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, and then Quaylen kind of crashes on the side of the cliff.
Yeah.
And then somehow Gabe falls.
Yeah, because he ends up hooking that winch to the ladder.
Right.
Which
And then, Quaylen is like trying to decapitate him with the helicopter blades, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I do remember. Oh, God. This sucks.
I don't remember how the helicopter ends up going down.
Well, okay. So he throws Gabe throws the money into the rotors. Quaylen gets pissed, regains control of the helicopter, begins trying to kill Gabe with the blades. Gabe climbs down an old ladder attached to the side of the cliff, but had somehow tied the helicopter off to the ladder that he is now on. So the helicopter goes to fly away, gets pulled, basically out of the air and crashes into the cliff. But Gabe is pulled off the ladder, and now Quaylen and Gabe are on the underside of a hanging helicopter, and they begin fighting.
Well, yeah, you have to have a fight on that now. And you have to have a fight between the main bad guy and the main good guy, I think.
While they're hanging from a cliff.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
It's right there in the title.
It's right there in the title.
Yeah, helicopter fight. Quaylen dies.
You cannot just gloss over this amazing line.
Oh, God.
Keep your arms and legs in the vehicle at all times.
And then he just pushes him off the cliff.
And then the helicopter falls and blows up.
Yep, that happens.
And then Gabe gets back up to the top of the mountain and the movie ends.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like so fast.
That's it. Because they just wait for rescue.
Yeah, but aren't all three of them back together again? Isn't Gabe, Jesse, and Hal?
Hal. They're all back together. And then they radio
I almost waited for Full House music. Everywhere you look.
And you
Your
notice
heart, it's
nobody
your
gave a
heart.
shit about Frank.
No.
I know. Always, except for Hal. Ooh.
For 4 seconds, it was like, sweet, a knife. Ooh, something shiny.
Poor
And-
Frank.
Justice for Frank.
Justice for Frank.
The music to this movie.
Yes.
Did it feel like it was ripped off from an old Western for anybody else but me?
I didn't really take notice of music.
I didn't either. It's real nondescript.
I swear to God, when this music came up, I was like, is this Lonesome Dove?
And where's Bret Hart? I'm not arguing with you. I just,
Yeah, I never.
now that I think about it, I really can't
I'm going to pull it up.
hear it.
I never really noticed it.
All I can hear is Jesse yelling at Leon.
She was saying no.
She super wasn't.
She totally was though.
No, she wasn't. Oh, yeah. That horror now. Okay.
Wait till it picks up.
I'm feeling it. I'm vibing. Ooh. Oh, the sun is rising over the prairie right
Yeah.
now. We are getting on our horses. We're getting ready to herd those cattle, boys. Yeah.
Me? Fucking Robert Duvall and Tommy Lee Jones is just coming out, herding the cattle. The two pigs are following them behind. This
Wow, that does.
You know
yeah.
When you're right, you're
This
right.
is fucking Lonesome Dove, man.
I didn't even think about that. I really didn't.
Makes me want to buy a cowboy hat.
We have to visit our local Stetson store. You just tell me to shut up.
No, I don't know what that noise was actually. It was
It
like
was more like, shum, shum.
It was more like, nah. I know what I heard, but we are there. The credits roll. Oof. Oof. All right. Ratings time. Jesus. IMDb 6.5.
oh.
Rotten Tomatoes 68% for a grand total of 133. Too high. At
The 133 or
yes,
all the
What?
60s?
yes.
Okay.
At the very least, 68 is too high. I will not go a decimal point over 65.
For what it is, 68's fine.
No, you're thinking of Lonesome Dove again.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Actually,
Yes, 65.
if Robert Duvall had been in this movie instead of Sylvester Stallone, it would have been better.
Yeah. It's Robert Duvall.
Yeah.
I would have bought him as a mountain climber better than I would Stallone.
Sarah, how do you feel about these ratings? Your opinion is that's why everyone's here. People all around the world are waiting for your opinions on these ratings.
Okay.
Not final thoughts, just the
Just
ratings.
ratings. Got it. When you started
Don't
to say,
give away too much now. Just on the ratings.
well, when you started to
Stop, not final thoughts. IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes.
when you started to say,
Just the ratings
oh
now.
my,
Okay.
okay. When you started to say
Screech at me.
that Rotten Tomatoes put it at 60, I was like, oh, okay, I understand. And then you were like 68. I was like, that's a little high.
A little high.
A little high. 60, I feel like is about right.
Well, that means 65 is a little high. 68 is pretty
65
high.
is fine, but 60, I feel like
Solid 60.
solid 60. You know? And then the other one, the IMDb,
65. 6.5
6.5
out of 10.
out of 10. That's a little high.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Because you're rating it at a 6,
Mm-hmm.
not 6.5.
Right.
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 I know you don't math, so I'm trying to help you out here.
That sounds about right.
So, Tevis, what are
Yes.
your final thoughts on Cliffhanger?
Cliffhanger. Sly is kind of underwhelming in this. It doesn't feel like a Stallone movie. It feels more like Michael Rooker is the main star and Stallone is kind of the sidekick. There's some good action scenes in this. Like, I like the fight where they're sliding down the mountain. And that is kind of it.
Well, okay then.
I love the beginning scene with Sarah falling. That
Jim Carrey did it better.
that
That
whole
raccoon did it better.
that whole scene is fantastic. I love a lot of the scenery in this. Is some great shots, great scenic shots. The stunts are kind of cool with the aerial transfer but man, Stallone has no chemistry at all with Jesse. And the villains are kind of meh. John Lithgow's accent, fucking terrible.
It's fine.
It's terrible.
It's fine.
It's fucking terrible.
You're
I
fucking
want
terrible.
to award John Lithgow the Charlie Sheen Award for worst accent.
How dare you?
This kind of hurts. This movie is not worth the ticket price.
Sure.
I found myself bored more times than not.
And this is kind of a longer one too for Stallone movies,
Yeah.
is it
felt
not?
really long.
If it's not, it feels like it
I
is.
think it's only like 115 minutes. Where did I read that? Anyway,
That's roughly 100 minutes too long.
but yeah, no. Cliffhanger is not Stallone's best movie.
So, watching this again, I have made it clear to myself that this will be the last time I watch Cliffhanger. I don't like this movie. Stallone is not good. He cannot write. He cannot act. He cannot do anything. I'm not a Stallone guy. He's not even in this movie all that much, and I wish he were in it less. I think, if I'm being honest, from beginning to end, this is one of, if not the best overall movie of Stallone's we've talked about, just from a what is a movie standpoint. But that's not saying much given what it has to compete with. This movie, it feels long, it's boring, it's contrived. You're just scratching your head going, why is any of this happening? Because nothing makes sense. And then they sometimes they try to explain it, and the explanation makes it worse. It's like, I'd be less annoyed if there were just no explanation than whatever this is. Unsurprisingly, coming from me, Cliffhanger is not worth the ticket price. But I know.
Shocking.
This is a shocking revelation. Tevis, this might be shocking to hear. This isn't a normal episode of Ticket Price.
What?
It's Sara and Sly. And no one cares what we think.
No one cares what we think on the regular episodes.
That's true. But there is someone here whose opinion everyone does care about and that everyone does want to hear from. So, Sara, what are your final thoughts on the 93 classic Cliffhanger?
Thomas just got out his
She's holding up whiteboards.
I
And
would say you better finish that sentence.
Okay.
No, Tevis just whipped out his
whiteboard.
Board.
Do whiteboards make you wet? Tevis, for real, I'm going to need you to refrain from asking our female guests what does and doesn't make them wet, please. Please. Continue, Sarah.
Anyway.
Oh, God, he's pulling out another one.
Didn't know he had two.
It's a gift. Sara, what is your final thought on this movie?
Right, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. My thought.
Not the ratings, just your.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's a banana eating a monkey. I pointed,
Pointing your fingers at me.
I pointed, laugh at you.
My thoughts on Cliffhanger. Okay. I was prepared for something. What are you doing over there, Tevis?
I was getting a drink. I didn't see. I was like, I'm not doing
Tevis
anything.
is peeking at me over his whiteboard.
Whoa! Tevis, please do not peek. Please do no peeking of our female guests. Okay, can we all just agree that the term peek, as of the modern era, exclusively has perverty connotations? The only people peeking are perverts, right?
I haven't used it in any other context.
In any other context.
Lately.
Yeah.
Anyway. My thoughts on Cliffhanger. I was expecting this movie to be completely different than what it is.
So was Anna.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe survival, maybe, I don't know, it has obviously something to do with rock climbing, So, I was expecting more of that. But the only things that I really liked about it was I liked how they used how they are like rescue mission people and rescuing people off of a cliff. I was like, okay, that's interesting, and then someone immediately dies at the beginning of the movie, and I was like, where are they going to take this now? And then it cuts to
like 6 months or a year later, isn't it?
Yeah, and then government stuff, and I'm like, Okay, so it just gets very bizarre very fast, and it's hard to keep track of how everything is happening and why everything is happening. Kind of spirals a little bit into chaos, and then just felt really dragged out, you know? So much aimlessly wandering around and killing people for no reason and getting mad at strangers for no reason.
I mean, we all wanted to kill Evan and Brett.
I don't think we all wanted to.
Okay, I wanted to kill
I
Devin
think
and
we
Brett.
all did want to a little bit.
Whoa, dude, don't say the word work, man.
Good job checking the weather, cheesehead.
Gross.
But yeah, this movie is not worth
Oh,
the ticket price.
all right. So, Sarah, I have two vitally important questions to ask you then.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
where do you rank the movie Cliffhanger?
Do we have our old scale or did you erase it?
I have it right here.
Can I see it?
So, as we turn the old scale around, Rockies 1 and 2 were at a 10,
Mm-hmm.
Demolition Man at an 8, Oscar was a 1, Copland a 3, Tango and Cash a 7. So, kind of using these numbers as our guide, where is the movie Cliffhanger?
It's a 2 for me.
A 2?
Wow. Worse than Copland. That's impressive because that movie sucks.
But there
Slightly
was
better than Oscar.
more action in Copland. I feel like was there? There was more things happening in Copland.
I agree with
Oh,
that.
yeah. I'm with you. Not action like
Yeah, not
guns
like,
a-blazing,
right.
but like there was more going on.
there was more
Yeah.
going on, and you could actually follow the story.
Yeah, it was mostly just people sleeping with what's-his-face's wife,
But it was part of the story that you could follow.
I guess. All right, my second vitally important question. People's lives are depending on this answer.
Okay.
Where do you rank Stallone's performance?
On a scale, is this a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
I mean, it was all right. Meh.
Like a 4,
Like
all
a
right?
5?
Like a 5?
Like right down the middle. Like,
Just a
It
5.
was all right. You know, it wasn't
Average.
It was
Totally
average. It was
Shelley Duvall levels of fine.
right. It was
Would you-
totally and completely fine.
Would you give Stallone the Shelley Duvall Award for being totally and completely
I
fine?
would like to give Sylvester Stallone the award for being totally and completely fine.
There you have it. So better than his performance in Copland.
Yeah,
Because you gave his performance in Oscar, the movie, got a 1.
right.
But Stallone's performance in Copland as Sheriff Freddy got a 1, if I recall.
Yeah. Yeah, but because in this one, he still gets a little animated. You know, Freddy wasn't all that animated, I feel like. Not all that
Present.
yeah.
All right. So Tevis. Cliffhangers in the books. Mark another one off the list. What are our choices for next month?
Okay, we got 3 choices. First one is Daylight. The second one is Lock Up. The third one is First Blood.
I'm noticing a theme with all of Stallone's movie title names. They're all just like 2 words that may or
One
may not have
word.
a hyphen.
Yeah.
Like,
Not quite as bad as Steven Seagal, where it's like Steven Seagal is
Punch.
above the law.
oh, yeah.
Steven Seagal is marked for death. Steven Seagal is
On the toilet.
out for justice.
On the toilet.
Lockup sounds like I've heard it before.
You've heard the words lock up, like together?
No, at the movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you don't want to do that one then?
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
We're doing lock up.
Lock up.
Okay.
I don't know
Sylvester Stallone
I don't-
is Lockup.
in lockup.
Is.
Oh, he is. It personifies lockup. Is this a wrestling movie?
No.
Oh, I don't
Is
care.
this a cop movie?
No.
Oh. Is this a criminal movie?
Kind of.
All right.
It's
So
got Donald Sutherland in it.
I do like Donnie S.
I do too.
Not as much as Dickie T, but
Ass.
no, I don't know what lockup is. Sarah, anything on lockup?
I mean, I think I've heard it before, or I've seen it in passing when there used to be video stores. But yeah, I don't know.
All right. There we go.
I haven't seen it in years.
Do you own it?
It's none of your damn business.
I believe that means yes.
I think
Would you like to
he has-
borrow it?
Yes. Because Anna's getting angry at me when she's like, "You rented Joe Dirt? You spent $3 to watch Joe Dirt?"
I mean, that's a valid.
I
thing.
haven't seen her that angry in a long time.
Valid thing to be
Or
upset about.
since.
Valid.
That text came through and I could hear her voice. You spent $3 on Joe Dirt?
Should have watched it for free on Tubi.
I don't know what that means.
Would you steal a car, Tevis?
It's a free movie streaming service.
You wouldn't steal a woman's purse. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. I'm just gonna record scratch. I'm done. My face hurts and my throat burns. Thank you all so much for listening. This has been Ticket Price Presents Sara and Sly. Cliffhanger edition. Tune in next month as we dive into Lockup. I almost said Lockdown. I'm like, that's not right.
That's different.
That's something else. It's Lock Up.
Yeah, that was 2020.
Ah. You know what? Yes, it was. Very good, sir. See what he did there. Because COVID.
Yes,
and
I
then
understand.
we were all trapped in our
right.
homes, you
I
see.
got it.
And then
yeah.
my wife and I got really addicted to playing the game Ark Survival Evolved.
I moved in
and
with
then-
my parents and shaved my head.
Is it because you moved in with your
No,
parents? that
they're
you shaved
two
your head?
different things.
I don't know if they are.
They are.
Did you have some sort of mental episode whilst in the lockdown?
Did
And
you have
just
like a Britney
was
Spears
bored.
moment?
I was bored.
you were bored
I was
in
bored.
the lockdown,
In the
and
lockdown.
shaved your head.
Yes.
Well, I did not get to enjoy the lockdown like y'all. I still had to work.
Yeah, my wife was pregnant with our first, and so we just ate junk food and played video games. We actually physically moved the couch closer to the TV. So while playing Ark with the split screen, it was easier to see what was going on. You know how it seems like most people during lockdown either got really fit or they got fat. Well, brother, I wasn't doing no sit-ups. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
Holiday. It's COVID. Wait. That's why I wear jackets all the time to help layers help hide the bulk.
Stop making fun of me. I'm still carrying my COVID weight.
That's
Been
wild.
like 3 years.
You've been like 3 years. Shut your bald ass up. Ever come at me like that again on my own show? I swear to God. So, if you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure you turn on the bell so you get notifications so you don't miss any of our shows, regular content or bonus content like this. You don't want to miss out on Lockup. Still
Right.
sounds like a wrestling movie.
It's not.
What if I keep asking?
It won't change it.
Damn it. Now, in the comments, let us know if you got bingo. And is there another link down there, Tevis?
Yes, there is. There is a merchandise link. We got shirts, we got hats, we got hoodies. Oh my.
Car magnets,
And we got
laptop stickers.
new stuff will
Cups.
be coming periodically.
1-to-1 scale replica dongs.
Ew.
Says you got the biggest one.
What? Is that a compliment or
It's whatever you want it to.
Did you ask if it was a compliment?
no? A cop?
How?
Hansel? Hansel?
Hansel? Hans? I was just saying, I was stating a fact. You may interpret that fact however you wish. So, your favorite movie podcast has now become your favorite merchandise stop.
Hell yeah.
So, as of recording, you will see the ticket price logo options, but I promise you, more are on the way.
Oh yeah.
So stay tuned, and of course, we're going to let you know about it. All right, Tevis, anything to say to the people?
This hurts me, but stay away from Cliffhanger. It kind of dumb.
Go figure.
And you used up your closing thoughts.
Zing.
Ooh, we made it the whole episode. We had made it the entire
T-shirts with
episode.
Zing coming to you
No,
soon.
they are not. There are no zings. You do not get a catchphrase or a T-shirt. Sarah, what would you like to say to the people?
Don't watch Cliffhanger. Just don't do it.
All right then.
Zing.
God damn it. Okay, everyone. Signing off, and as always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Good night. Fucking catchphrase.
Zing.
Shut up.